I was there. I was there. Mirez, same shirt. Classic. Tobo, traitor. There he is, traitor. Spotted the traitor. There's now, not jerking off. Good job, Robin. Never let him forget.
Series. Good job. Think so? Don't be on the think. No, pot now.
All progress streamed. They're going to have all POVs. No add-ons confirmed. That's the first time anyone's done this, right? For FF14, that all POVs have been streamed. That's a big fucking move, man. That's a big move. That's a big move. Like it.
Everything.
Yeah, I'll check Roger's comments after this. I'm really curious about it. This is a clever move.
Everything out. Come on, guys. Everything. Come on.
July 30th, Arcadian Savage. Neverland have a history of world firsts. We should call them Echo now, I suppose. They have it streamed, right? Didn't they do their stuff off stream? Yeah, I know Swag played for them. Generally, they wouldn't. All right, so a big move for them guys as well. Yeah, big move for those guys. Interesting. In-person caster coverage. Who's casting this? Is that why Arthur's is very excited? I saw his tweets this morning. I replied to them. Is Arthur's casting? And he's keeping it hush-hush. They won't announce the casters for a while. Oh, he also has the interview with former Neverland. Ah, that would be interesting. Who in the FF14 community has any experience casting? Jordan, Jesse. Those would be... I mean, they're Jordan and Jesse are Echo people anyway. I'm not casting. Nope. Sorry, team. I didn't even know they were doing the Neverland thing. I wonder if they're going to get Xenos. Zeppler? I mean, I think... Hard to tell, man. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. This is a fresh... There have been a lot of... Like, Mr. Frosty's done some wonderful Race to World First coverage. Alex would be a definite for sure.
I'll be a cute little...
Yeah, Alex knows what the fuck is going on.
I think we can cut another one of the 5 NDAs off the list.
Yeah, Jordan, Alex, Jeeth are dead sets. But you kind of... Ooh, I wonder. You never know. It's a risk. It's such a gamble with who's good at casting. Certainly to... I mean, at least you probably... Frosty, Lithy, Mr. Happy. He's probably progging himself. Well, they're doing it in person. So whoever's casting is not gaming. They could do it like WoW, I suppose, where they work around raid schedules. Could do that. This is a big move in the FF space. This is a really big move.
First try, let's go. First try.
Who's the blurred out sponsor? True. I don't know. That's a good spot. Who the hell is that? Could it be Squeenix? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Could it be Squeenix? Are they making inroads? It's got some sort of logo at the end. Keep playing. No, it fades out. If it's Squeenix, that's a that's baller. That's baller. Because that would require, I have to imagine, that would require Yoshi P's. If it was Starforge, then why would they hide the logo? That would require Yoshi P signing off on it. Because of the cock logo. Well, I mean, I assume this is going to extend to Ultimate, right? I have to imagine this is going to extend to Ultimate. An Ultimate Race to World First is kind of... That's tough. That's tough. An Ultimate Race to World First. Because Savage is going to last, like, what? Day and a half? It's going to be short and intense, like losing your virginity, right? Ultimate is going to be something else. I checked. Their website still only has the 3 sponsors, so the new one is nowhere yet. Yeah, Savage is going to be a whistle type boat. And then Savage Race is up in the air. It's usually anyone games a short race. Ultimate's will be more akin to a true race. Well, I have to imagine this is a long-term project, right? So... Ultimate is definitely on the menu. I mean, there's no way now we're not getting a proper Ultimate Race to World First by Echo. And I need to make a phone call. Hello. I would like to talk about the Ultimate Race, please. Hello, Mr. Sam. Hi, Sam. Can I talk about the Ultimate Race with the microphone, please? I'd like to be there for that. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. I guess that makes sense, actually, why they're not doing the players in person. Because it's going to be such a short race. So they're bringing casters together. Where does Arthurs live? Like, Alex Jordan, UK. Jesse's Denmark. Singapore. America. Yeah, probably. Yeah, doubtful. Doubtful. Europeans, probably. Arthur's prog's 18 hours per day. Oh, yeah, so he probably can't cast. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've met Arthur's, obviously. And met him a couple of times now. I don't think he would give up raiding to be a caster. He's not racing this tier. Curious. So he's not going to sit in cosplay for hours and hours and hours. This is sick. Where did they... let me see if we can get some context from Roger. What's Roger got to say? I guarantee this is Roger's ambition. And this is... I imagine Roger and Scripe are like... Okay. I can feel like Roger has to convince Scripe this is a good move. Like, yeah, we should do this. Is it on Echo's Twitch channel or on Echo's YouTube channel? Did they upload it? Echo Esports. I prefer YouTube for rewatching. So they uploaded the trailer. I'll be a cute little furry. Arthur's been talking about how he wants to cast a race for... Yo, he messaged me this morning. I wonder if he'd be any good.
So you can cast for them?
Sorry, what? Are you going to get kidnapped together by 2 guys who supposedly don't know so you can cast for them? No, I'm not. The only scheduled away time I have coming up is PreachCon. I'll be a cute little furry. Doesn't matter what I say. You guys will always be convinced.
Knows a guy who was casted for Echo before.
I've said this many times to many people. I have no involvement whatsoever in who gets to cast what. And I don't want to be involved. That is nothing to do with me. at all. That is nothing to do with me, and I'm happy that way. That is an Echo production. I work for Echo. When the time comes. It has nothing to do with me.
Echo got involved with 14. How
I keep forgetting that Jesse's got the old beard going. Old lumberjack Jesse. I keep forgetting. Oh, man, I can't wait to see him again. I'm going to run my fingers through that son of a bitch. Whoa, I bet it's all soft. You know he uses a luxurious cream on it. A beard oil to challenge any man. You know it. All right. Okay, there's a smug face on Roger because he knows what he's about to tell people.
less of the viewable space in battle is occluded by giant Hrothgar bodies. Do you want to tell the chat why we're making this controversial and yet brave decision?
So have they already decided?
Keep the audience waiting. This is too important. We got to talk about it. So I'm going to jump right in to this extremely important.
That a little quiet for you guys? It's a bit quiet for me. If it's quiet for me, it's quiet for you. That's math. Let me see if I can hack him. It's already at 100%. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? We're maxed, and it's still quiet. Why do you do this to me?
The entire Echo Final Fantasy XIV rating team is going la-la so that less of the viewable space in battle is occluded by giant Hrothgar bodies. Do you want to tell the chat why we're making this controversial and yet brave decision?
Oh, they just made it louder.
Let me.
Oh, it's just Jeeth that was quiet. It's all good.
My notes for this. Was that in the script?
Oh, fuck you, Roger.
I guess that is something we are doing. I'm not sure who made the decision, but I'm definitely gonna have a chat with Scribe about this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a vote, but we didn't invite him.
Can we appreciate how bad Roger is at keeping a secret after what we just talked about? He is bursting. He is bursting at the seams. Like, he can't wait. He's literally like a giddy kid, like, it's happening, it's happening.
Interesting. Waited for me to go on vacation to put it on the vote. Yeah, that's smart.
When did they talk about it?
So
did they tease it for a while?
Been
Oh, here we go.
Final Fantasy XIV for a few years now, and we've had a lot of fun. I wanted to talk briefly, just kind of remind the chat of our history with the game.
I'm not being rude. I love both
can
of
you
them.
tell-
I'm just skipping forward to the bit.
Every raid we did, we just fell more. But yeah, you know what? I prefer him over the.
There's a live for like 1-2 minutes.
I want.
Okay, a bit of a teaser.
Not often that I become like intimidated.
Speaks? What? It's not a good pull.
Nuggy!
Didn't they always? And now. Hey, right, okay.
Whoa, you see the message?
Died, right?
Sorry, I have bad army.
GPS checks, you know.
We're just changing the
don't
boundaries of
realize-
the arena, you know, like just.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Unlike later when we
Give
started
to the
getting
ads.
into DSR and top and displayed.
Fail. And that is to go into higher heights.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It has been something in our minds for a long time, and what better way to announce?
I can confirm one thing, right? I can confirm one thing. After the last race to World First in Sweden, I'm hammered. It's late. They've won the race. We've celebrated, right? And I've told you guys, we got drunk the night they won the race, although they really planned on us having a party afterwards. And I was like, bring me beer. And they're like, we're not drinking tonight. I was like, bring me beer. We're finished. We're done. Bring me beer. And then because I knew they had crates and crates and crates of beer on site. I was like, bring me beer. I said, we'll just have a couple. We'll just have a couple. We'll just have a couple. So ultimately they cracked and brought all the beer up because they were like, we're going out tomorrow. We're going to go for dinner. And then there's going to be an after party here and all that. I was like, bring me beer now. I've finished. I have screamed my mouth raw. We've won. We've tore the place down. Me and Gingy have wrecked the set. Like, the whole thing is destroyed. Bring me beer. Right? Bring me beer. We've had one of the most... Compared to next to Sepulchre, we'd had the hardest race to world first ever, right? With ups and downs and controversies and fucking... We'd casted till like 4 a.m. bring me beer. And so we obviously got hammered. The other guy who loves to have a beer when they've won the race is this guy right here. And he's great. He's wonderful. In fact, at the Sepulchre race, I did not know the time. It turned out it was 6 a.m. And Roger came outside. We were sat getting some air. He come outside and he went, "Can I talk business with you?" And he was fucking hammered. And then proceeds to try and get into a really deep conversation about making decisions that involve other people's lives and how this affects them and how do you know you're making the right choice. Like this whole conversation with Roger. And then I didn't know what time it was, but I came back in and the party was still in full swing. And that's when I saw it was 6 a.m. and I had to be on a flight at 11 a.m. I was like, I'm going upstairs. Like, I'm going upstairs. I had to be in a taxi in like 4 hours on the way to the airport. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But after the last race, it's the day of the race. They've won the race. Fantastic. Having a few beers. Definitely getting merry. I remember Krista was making some bizarre concoction involving multiple types of vodka and some sort of coconut shit that she'd found. She was in the kitchen like some alchemist, right? With all these fucking bottles and stuff. And there was like fog or something coming out the glass. And she's like, I got this. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so good. Like, and I walk into the kitchen to grab another beer because they just filled the fridge with beer at that point. Probably about, not too late. I can't remember what time we won the race. I think the race was done at like 8 o'clock or something. So about 11, but definitely a few beers have been had and been merry. Roger's leaning against the hot chocolate machine like this. And he goes, "Mike, glad you're here." And I'm like, all right, what's going on, boys? He goes, "Can you imagine a 14 race to world first?" I'm like, what are we doing? Are we doing this again? Is this like another let's get into the weeds on the business viability and all the angles that we need to approach? Now we're full of beer. Now we're going to have this conversation. Roger's like, just imagine if we like could get 14 to this scale and people could enjoy it like we're enjoying this, and we just, you know, there's 250,000 people watching the race and we could bring that to 14 and blah blah blah. So I assume this was the origins of that. I assume this is where this came from.
Done with an awesome video.
All right, another amazing video from Echo. You guys have gotten used to Mitch's phenomenal work. Let's take a look.
Shout outs to
what's in
Mitch
store for Echo.
Yeah. We'd seen it. Drunk decisions. Well,
all right, we
ideas.
are back. I think the chat enjoyed.
Oh, they were there.
What an amazing video. I am joined now not only by Roger but also with 2 of the members of the new Echo
Interesting.
Final Fantasy
The guys were
14
there.
World First Team, Zep and Suki. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
How are you both doing?
Doing very good. Very excited.
We are as well. That was a
What's gonna happen to the VTuber streamers if they want to get the players on site? What's gonna happen there? I assume those players might not want to go. Face masks, or perhaps they'll be in a different section. I don't know. I mean, I get why they're not bringing the players on site for Savage, because it's not going to last long enough. So they're never going to make the money back, right? It's just going to be a DPS lost in terms of finances. But for Ultimate or something, I could see them putting the players on site. I mean, Echo never forces its players to be there, so if they want to say no, that's fine too, I suppose.
hype video. I deliberately didn't watch it until now. Because I was so excited to see it. I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I didn't see it yet either, so yeah, it was a fantastic job on that.
Yeah, so
good.
I want to dive back to Roger.
Roger is so giddy.
Let's break this down. Let's go through all of this. Let's go through the whole decision. Can you talk, Roger, about how
Yes,
Echo came
please,
to the
Roger,
decision
explain.
to take this step? Talk about kind of your history of getting to know and play with this team a little bit, and introduce chat to what's been going on and how we've come here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, we've been playing the game for many years, and as it's been in World of Warcraft, right? Like we tend to put on a spectacle, bring it to the audience, create a show around the race world first. And after getting to incorporate ourselves within the Final Fantasy 14 community, learn how the game functions and everything. We wanted to find a way to bring that in Final Fantasy 14. So the next logical step for us was to collaborate with a team that is already up there. They know what they're doing. They've proven themselves over and over again, and we can support them to even
Gorby,
further
close.
enhance their abilities to win the races, but at the same time, finally break that, remove that that wall that the audience has had for all these years, and for the first time, get to experience the world first in Final Fantasy 14. So it's been a long time coming. I think a lot of people in chat have been wanting this, and that's what prompted.
This is good for FF14, in my opinion. But obviously, I'm biased towards the race first.
For some time.
This is the next level.
We think it's a great match, and that's why we decided to take the step forward. I've been talking with Suki, Zeb, and the rest of the guys for some time now.
Yoshi P is going to be watching this with a fucking magnified eye. Magnified eye.
If they win the race in July, there will be a period of time where Echo are the champs in the 2 biggest MMO games.
Yep. Yeah, they will. They will. Like, you've got... Neverland can do it. Well, Echo. It's got to be hard to not call them Neverland, but Echo. Echo 14. See, this is when they decided on the name Echo, right? I don't know if fucking Scripe or Roger are here. Do you remember? If you are, if you clip it, when we had the conversation about why you should go with the name Echo and not Rapid Eye Movement, we said it's because you could give the teams an affix which describes them really perfectly. So they should be Echo 14 and Echo WoW. That was the great. I was like, you could do it like pilot tags, right? Echo Red, Echo Black. You could do all that kind of stuff to do it well and split them up. Like, if we call them Echo 14, that works really, really well. It works great. It's great marketing. Echo 14, Echo WoW. I like it. Well, I would assume very heavily that they will not be referred to as Neverland again, besides the people that know them. They will now be called Echo. Because that's usually a big part of acquiring a team, is that you are no longer that name. You are now Echo. Under one house, under one umbrella, under one thing. So they will be Echo going forward. But I think Echo 14 would be really good. Echo Weeb, Echo Anime, Echo 14, Echo WoW. It sounds like a call sign. Exactly. It sounds like a call sign. Only the Noahs will continue to refer to them as Neverland or Echo Land or whatever, but yeah, they will be called Echo.
They're all awesome, and I'm very, very excited for what's to come within Dawn Trail. And yeah, it's coming very soon. It's only a month until the Sabbath race launches, and yeah.
It's so exciting. Obviously, for many years now, it happened in WoW, years and years ago, that it finally started being streamed, but that game also went through not being streamed. Competition was too important. No one wanted to give up the advantage of going dark. That started being streamed. It's been being.
What do you guys think? So we're gonna see the POVs of all the players. Do you think that's a disadvantage or an advantage? I am still very... Call me Mr. Skeptical, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the World First Raiders are using add-ons in some description. Even after Yoshi P's very sternly worded letter. It's a disadvantage. It is. That was the problem when WoW started doing the Race to World First, is Method knew it was going to be a disadvantage, and they had to rely on they had the skill to beat the disadvantage that it is. They talk about add-ons here. Oh, sick. That's what I want to know about.
Having a legitimate streamed Race to World First in Final Fantasy 14, and they've built some community around that, but usually the top teams didn't participate. So this is really big now, with this team going to stream.
I'll wait for you to get back
POVs,
sleeping.
The entire race.
You let me know when you're back.
Suki, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your guys' thoughts around deciding to start streaming your progress?
Streaming has been like a thing we've been thinking about for a long time, ever since our DSR win.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like never had a good opportunity to, I guess. It was just like, no, we still want to win, right? We're still a new team at that point, so we still want to win, but at the same time, we want to involve the community. We want the community to see what's happening, right? So like when Roger started talking to us, I think mostly it was like a dream come true, right? Like this is the perfect opportunity for us to stream and community to get partake in everything here. So
Yeah,
this is
that's
a
awesome.
great opportunity.
I wish I could talk to these
one
players.
Of the big things in this
I wonder, I kind of want to talk to Roger of how much this might change how the guy, in a positive way, in a very positive way. But once you're up on the Race to World First pedestal, who's here in chat now? Because I don't know the Neverland players. I mean, hopefully I could, if they're doing a big ultimate thing, I could be involved and I can maybe meet them or something like that. I don't know the biographies. Narlock. I'm curious. I don't know if you can answer this question, but don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself in trouble. Did they speak to you about how things might change for you once you're up on the big screen kind of thing? Because, I mean, in a very positive way, it is a very positive thing that will happen. But your name is going to become pretty familiar to a lot of people now. They will be remembering. Discord chat, it's not my place. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to, like, someone seasoned like Roger, sure. Someone seasoned like Roger, but I don't know if any of the old Neverland team are used to having interviews, and I don't want anybody to say anything. They've only just announced they've joined the Echo team. Like, I don't want to put anybody at risk of saying something they shouldn't. That would be a bad idea. And I'm not involved. I'm not involved. I can't stress that enough. I wouldn't know what I'm allowed to ask and what I'm not. Jesse knows. Jesse can do that. And they're here now anyway.
Conversation for the past couple of years that I've been paying attention to has been this fear that Final Fantasy XIV has this unique combat style where if you stream, you give away the solution to a puzzle and then some other team can overtake you. Similar concerns were expressed in WoW. It turned out to not really be
here we go. Here's Narlock now. We have had some interviews with websites and such in the past. Also, I can't answer your question, but I can get a call for a minute if you really want. You haven't asked anything I think I can't answer. You get me in trouble with Echo. I need your Discord information. Hold on. You're gonna. All right. I am a professional. Okay, I am gonna rely on the fact that I am a professional. And I shouldn't get anybody in trouble. Because I am a good boy, and yeah, give me a sec, I could probably sort this out. Thankfully, I have interviewed a lot of people, so I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just sorting this out now. Can I just whisper this to you? Yeah. We got a friend request. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's easy to see mine. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. Friend, add friend. Hold. Send friend request. Success. All right, I have definitely added somebody on Discord with that name. Be a good boy, Mike. Be a good boy, Mike. Be a good boy, Mike. Don't get someone in trouble. Don't get someone in trouble. Don't get someone in trouble. All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's make sure the volumes are good. Hello.
Hello. Wow, this is a different microphone.
It is a different microphone. In fact, I can fix that for you so it doesn't sound bizarre. Give me a second. My microphone comes through different machines.
What is going on?
How's that? Is that better?
It is.
There we go. How you doing?
I'm good.
Well,
it's 4
welcome.
in the morning here.
It's 4 a.m. Okay, so
Yeah, we're up at demon hours. You know how it is.
well, congratulations first of all. So you're now Echo as just the name Echo, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Have you got? How do you think this? Okay, let me get my questions in order here. How do you think this is going to affect the FF14 race scene in your eyes?
It depends if we win or not, I think. To be completely honest.
Do you feel a big pressure to win with this big announcement and it being on like a bigger stage?
A little bit, I guess, but it's not really that much different for me personally. I can't speak for anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be in person, right? The announcement said there's going to be in-person casters, but you guys are all playing from your usual place?
That is correct.
Cool. So you should be comfortable in that environment then, which is nice. And how big? I don't really understand. Obviously, I see Echo's WoW team and all the outside workers going on there. And is that the same for you guys with analysts, shot callers, things like that?
We're mostly just going to be operating with people that we already had before, for the most part.
And do you use the outside resource?
Like, what outside resource?
Like people analyzing strats, checking other streams, ideas, theories that aren't actually players at the time? Like, is it as big as it is in the WoW scene?
Currently we have 3 people extra for stuff like that.
My knowledge of you guys is that you chain pull, though, relentlessly, right? That's like a part of your preferred playstyle?
Yeah, because in FF, gathering more data points for, like, if there's patterns in a mechanic is really important. It's a pretty massive waste of time in this game to pull to some mechanic one time and then sit down and start cooking up strats that end up not working because it was actually RNG and you have to completely redo the whole thing, right?
So I assume you've watched Echo do progress, and does it make you want to rip your hair out?
I haven't watched a lot, to be honest.
It's probably best you don't, dude, because that's exactly how they do things. They pull like 3 times and then they sit down for an hour.
I've definitely... Oh, do you mean FF progress?
Yes, at FF. The cooking.
Yeah, I think most people do that.
Interesting. Are you excited for this? Was like when the conversation came up, did Roger reach out to you guys? Because I assume this is a Roger Brown-led effort, knowing how excited he was about FF.
He talks about that in this VOD that you're on right now.
Yeah. But you guys reacted positive overall at the idea?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Like, Suki was just saying right as you were pausing it, I think, it's something that every team kind of wants to do, but nobody, like, you know, wants to be the one that pulls the trigger and loses a tier because of it. So really, it's just a good opportunity to finally pull the trigger, right?
Right. Big streaming. I'm pretty, like, shocked at this, because I thought they were going to, you know, the WoW players were going to take it seriously, but this is obviously the next level to move it up. Do you think other teams will try and rise to this? Because one thing we saw in the WoW community is when it got very serious is a lot of teams felt they couldn't move up to that height. Are you hoping to see other teams rise up as well?
I think more groups will start streaming, probably. But there are some that have already said that they won't. I mean, I don't really know much about that, to be honest. I don't really keep up with all that.
No, that's fine. I totally get it. What's your role going to be in the team? Like, what's your history with the team overall? Because I'm still getting to know you guys.
Oh, gosh. In terms of roles, that's like 2 different questions, that's all. In terms of roles, because FF is only 8 people, as well as the fact that for most of the time, everyone is kind of doing the same thing. Like, in this game, role differentiation is not very, you know, it's very small. So what ends up happening is everyone kind of cooks equally for the most part. Some people, I want to say there's like 4 people in a group who tend to speak up more than others, and the other 4 kind of focus more on being consistent, but everyone is always paying attention and will speak up generally. So in terms of roles, it's kind of hard to slap labels around, I think.
And how consistent
outside of people who are playing the game and people who are not playing the game, I guess.
Cool. And how consistent has the team been? Because obviously I joined FF a little later, and I think, what's your world first history? So we got that established.
Oh, so the story is that this is also mentioned in this video, but the story is that before 6.1, when Dragon Song came out, about a month beforehand, there were 2 different raid groups. There was an NA group and an EU group, where both of them basically exploded and lost half their members at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, and a bunch of the people who were left over had all been like playing together for years already, and like, you know, had a lot of prog experience. Minus me, basically. I'm the rando, I guess.
Oh, really?
Just kind of showed up. Kind of, yeah. Like one of the NA group basically recruited me to their group, and before we even raided a single time, the group exploded.
Oh God, what was that like?
So, oh man, that was a roller coaster because I had just left. I was in Zeno's group before that, and I just left that group to join like a group that I thought it was like, you know, I was like, oh, this is a big opportunity to try to get a world first. So then I joined this group, and this group explodes and loses 4 of their members, and then I'm getting dragged over to another group all of a sudden, getting recruited a second time to some other group that I haven't raided with.
Did you walk into like a war zone that like people are at each other's? Was it like an aggressive breakup? Like everyone was fighting? You're like, what the hell, dude? I just got here.
To be honest, I'm not really the type that participates in that kind of thing.
Oh, I'm not saying you
generally.
participated in it, but do you walked in and saw it?
I don't really remember. It was like a one-day occurrence. I joined the group and then it exploded, and then I joined another group, and the whole time I was just like, there were just people asking me to join those groups, and I was just like, okay, like 3 times in a row. I don't know. I just ended up here.
Cool.
I got lucky for sure.
Yeah, and then so they all merged together.
Everyone else in this group is like extremely storied, like raiders who prog all the time, and I was we had like 1 member of Lucrezia and 3 members of Angered and some members of Tempest, and also Zeno's friend Narlock.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good. Okay,
yeah,
that'll do.
I remember after we cleared Dragon Song, there was some people who were posting some JP articles about our clear, and I remember they literally it was like and Uncle Zeno's friend.
Is that what you were referred to?
Yeah, I was Uncle Zeno's friend, bro.
That is what you are forever now. Like if I get to cast you one day or get to meet you or whatever, you are Uncle Zeno's friend.
Legendary Angered and Tempest members and Zeno's friend.
I'm so sorry that I'm going to refer to you as that from now on forevermore. That is.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, it's good. This is the personality that gets added to people in the race to world first, right? That's a part of it. Everybody has a personality when you're on the big stage. So you got DSR, right?
Oh yeah, let me finish that part of the story.
Yeah.
Right. So like 1 month before DSR comes out, basically these 2 groups and also me all getting glued together into a group, and we raid like a few times before DSR comes out, and we just get like a miracle world first massive gap like out of nowhere.
Wow.
Which was pretty cool.
Okay, and a great fight as well. Damn, we wish we could have seen that progress.
One thing I've been very surprised about this group is that it's like unusually stable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially for a group that just got glued together out of 2 different groups that blew up.
Yeah, because I remember Swag raided with you guys for a while, right? One of the Echo main WoW players.
Yeah, Swag double agent for sure. I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, he was infiltrating. He was scouting like potential Echo recruitment going on there. Send the Swag in, see what's going on. And then, so you did world first DSR. What can I ask you? Like, this is a personal thing, but like, when you figured out the time mechanic on DSR, like, I mean, I assume you had suspicions as to how it was to be done. But when you saw it happen, did you have multiple pulls? I can't remember of it resetting, and you're like, okay, we need to fix something here with Harshathon.
I mean, it was obviously some kind of gimmick immediately, right? Usually you know right away when you hit a gimmick in this game.
Yeah. So you weren't surprised when you figured it out?
I'm sure. So we kind of knew that doing the loop was like a waste of time, so we never really seriously like did it that much. I think we might have tried to do it once or twice while people were just like cooking in the voice chat, autopiloting the same phase twice in a row, right? Like, but we didn't really do that much.
Oh, that's fair. So then after that, it would have been the next Savage, right?
Yeah, Abyssos after that.
And did you get world first all the way through?
No, so we got first in DSR, and then we got second in Abyssos and Omega, both to the same team.
Oh, are they still playing now?
Yeah, about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble.
Stories?
I haven't. No. See, I need to learn now.
That is the only team that has ever been officially had their clear removed by Yoshi P himself.
Oh, it's the Telescope team. Okay, yeah, my chat's reminded me now. Yes, I did know about this.
So I guess it's a first and then a second and then a second and then a first, but I suppose depending on one's opinion, you know,
from a certain perspective,
from a certain perspective, I wouldn't call someone unreasonable for viewing that as 4 firsts in a row, but everyone in top groups all kind of feel the same way in that it's not, you know what I mean?
No, I totally get that. That is a Lady Vash situation is what we'd call it over in the WoW arena.
Oh no, what happened with that boss?
The first kill on the calendar was very suspicious in that the boss killed itself.
Like a bug?
Yeah, the boss had a reset mechanic that lowered its health to 1. As everybody was dead, it would reset. Instead of just despawning, it would individually lower its health by chunks down to 1, then despawn. And then in WoW, you have soul stones where someone can resurrect if they have this stone on them.
Not a world first exploit kill. Oh no.
That would never happen, I know, but like it happened in this case is someone just rezzed at 1% with 1 HP and just blew a kiss at the boss and killed it. And then they never killed it again.
That feels, you know, that sucks. That sucks when things like that happen because it kind of, from people who don't race, like, you know, they look at that something like that and they're like, oh well, obviously, like, that doesn't count. But when you're in the race like that, it kind of spoils it. You know what I mean?
It does, especially when the team doesn't reveal that they did that and they just post on the forums, hey, we got the world first, and never elaborated. No video, no nothing. We've killed it, we've got the achievement, like, and everybody in the raid scene was like, huh, none of us can get past 40%, and you've killed it? That's a little sus. And they were like everything's fine.
It doesn't matter how many asterisks you stick on the end. It's not the first, so...
Yeah, I agree. And the next kill was bugged as well, and but they killed it, and then wouldn't stop despawning and wouldn't let them loot the boss because
that sucks.
Yeah, the room was filled with thousands of ads that just continuously spawned even though the boss was dead. But fun pre-streaming era, that would not happen these days. Thankfully. In fact, you guys won't run into that WoW situation that used to occur because the balancing is usually pretty tight. Because
our bosses usually work when they come out.
Correct. Yeah, your bosses don't need to undergo many live changes to make them killable. So you're safe on that. What's your preparation at this point? Anything changing because you're part of Echo now? I assume not. Like, you obviously know what you're doing. You're seasoned at this. Now it's just going to be like, let's focus on getting that world first, right? And kind of just let everything else happen.
For the most part, outside of things related to streaming, not really much has changed in that aspect. Nobody from Echo has really meddled, like, you know,
I don't think
they're not like
to.
meddling.
Yeah.
Like that would be kind of silly to do. So
Yeah, they want you to do what you do best, I'm sure. Like, knowing Roger and as well as I do, I know he's just like, you obviously they want you to win, but they want to support you in any way. Are they, I don't know if you're allowed to answer this, because it's not add-on usage. Are they going to provide you any of the Echo replay tools? Because they have really advanced tech for quick replays of pulls from all the players' POVs and stuff that's proprietary. Like, even I'm not allowed to see it.
They've given us some stuff to help with streaming, but in terms of that, I don't know exactly. We haven't yet to test a lot of that kind of stuff out yet. So
yeah, maybe they just want you to do your own thing and see if it's going, and just let you play your game, man. This is a big step in. I mean, I don't know if you feel proud or whatever, but this is going to be a big step in FF14 overall, and Yoshi P is going to be watching very keenly, I think, on this one. Especially because obviously you wrote that letter about the add-ons with the last banning, like you just talked about then. He's been wary of the raid scene because he considers it so precious. So having all of you stream add-on free, that's going to be huge for him, I think.
Well, the thing is that no matter what you actually do, some people are just going to be like, oh, well, streaming doesn't prove you're not cheating. So,
yeah.
You know?
Do you think you'll always have that doubter syndrome in FF14? Because,
yeah, of course. That will always happen no matter what.
Yeah. I mean,
literally nothing you could ever do would ever remove 100% of that. So,
well, I mean, even if you had you guys on site, like, you know, look, this is what they're doing. You can see it. It's fine. It's going to be console only. Oh, God. Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, this is where it needs to go if FF14 rating wants to be taken seriously and potentially even provide careers for people like it has done for WoW. That's where it needs to go, right? You can't have just 1 or 2 POVs and know what everybody else is doing. What are you going to be playing, do you know?
A tank of some kind, probably. I want to play DPS because I want a world first on every role, but there's no spots available for me to switch. So,
all right, humble flex. That's all right. Yeah, just getting them all.
I just want to for fun.
I get that. Well, I want to wish
you. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Like I've grown with the race to world first. I wasn't at the very first, but I've been pretty much everyone since. Obviously in the WoW scene, and to watch how the players have grown with it and where they are now, I'm so excited for you, genuinely, as to if this works out, which I hope it does, obviously, about some really cool stuff you're going to get to do. Where are you living, by the way? Obviously, US.
Where do I live? Oh, you're gonna love this. Do you have any idea where North Dakota is?
I do know where.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, that's where I live. Basically, the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of cows and corn up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the flattest place I've ever seen.
Oh, you've never been to the Netherlands? They're proud of their flatness.
I think we'd give them some pretty good competition.
Well, thank God somebody would. You don't wear clogs and stuff, do you? Like wooden shoes?
No. I mean, it's kind of a like Scandinavian blooded area.
Yeah.
As close to that as you can get in America.
Okay.
But no clogs.
All right. Well,
not quite Dutch enough.
I don't think we've got you in trouble. So I'll let you go to sleep because it's 4 a.m. But
I'm not going to sleep.
Oh, degenerate hours are kicking in, are they? I mean, how long do you... Okay, last question. How long do you think the race is going to last?
Somewhere between probably like a safe estimate, like 16 to 24 hours. 16 to like 20, somewhere between like 16 and like 28 hours, like varying from like a pretty easy savage tier to like a pretty hard one.
I've got more questions for you. Are you okay with a couple more questions?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay, because obviously I'm trying to compare this to how the WoW players do things, where they expect it to be a couple of weeks. So a big part of the WoW players' preparation is proper sleep, diet, make sure they can get to sleep, come back up. You guys are taking a totally different approach. So what preparation do you guys make for like 24 hours of relentless pulling? Or do you just leave it to the individual?
Oh, we don't really talk about it that much. Kind of everyone should know what makes them perform the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just show up and do it good.
Just show up and send it. Do you try and sleep the
Yeah.
whole day before?
I try, but it almost never works. Usually I'm up for like at least several hours before prog.
Fuck it, send it. We'll do it. Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for this time, and it was lovely to meet you. And I hope I get to meet you in person at some point.
Oh, I want to say,
Oh, go for it.
you're gonna love hearing this probably, and by that I mean hate it. I used to watch Drama Time all the time, like 10 years ago. So I'm a big Preach fan. So-
I would never hate that. Why would I hate that? That's great.
It's just a big number to put the word years on the end of. So I thought maybe something
It
makes
is
some
to
people
me.
feel bad.
No, we're used to it. We're still remembering Race to World first Tetris. We were watching it live when it was happening. Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Paid chatter. Yeah. But well, now look here, right? You were watching Drama Time all those years ago, and now potentially I'll be hopefully one day calling your name with a big world first over you. That'll be pretty good. While playing DPS.
Let's go.
That's pretty good
Yeah,
development,
I used to watch your stuff all the time when I was playing like Mists of Pandaria before I even started playing FF. So
Shadowlands
fan.
killed your love, eh? Yeah, I understand.
I stopped in Warlords.
Brave
Mostly,
and
so-
smart. Smart and brave. I can appreciate that. That's pretty good. All right, man. Have a good night.
Swag told me he started
go on.
playing in Warlords, so I just missed him, I think.
Tobo started. The traitor Tobo started like a year ago, I think. Something
no way.
stupid. Tobo basically.
Like, that's
picked up-
crazy. It's so hard to start in a year, be like at that level.
Yeah. And now he's abandoned ship and gone to. Well, oh God, I can't say the evil Team NA anymore.
What does that mean?
Well, there's a rivalry of EU versus NA in the WoW Race to World first
no.
scene, which is where I come from.
Yeah.
So Tobo has traitorously left the EU team to join the US team.
Someone said Tobo was born during what?
Tobo was born. He's a young boy. Yeah, THD started then as well. Max said sleep is good. Well, you guys probably work really well with Scripe because Scripe hates sleep and doesn't believe the players should be allowed to sleep. They should just continue to play relentlessly.
We'll usually we'll play for like 28 hours straight if needed. So
See, Scripe's going to now hold you up as an example. Look at what the Echo 14 boys are doing, right? And you guys are sat here bitching about sleep. They're going 28 hours straight. You don't do that during Ultimate, surely?
No. Ultimate, you have to sleep properly.
Okay, so a little bit of a relaxing.
The thing is that if you stay up and raid for 28 hours and then you don't get the kill before you have to sleep, you're screwed, right?
It's a conversation
It's
we've
over.
had many times, yes.
Yeah.
Especially when the company nerfs the boss just before you're about to go to bed. But, I mean...
we don't... we don't deal with that, luckily.
You won't have to deal with that, hopefully. Well, Yoshipi is very strict. There'll be no more than 1% nerfs coming in to balance the bosses around. That's not going to happen again. Not in FF14 anyway. One day,
Okay,
WoW will learn.
I won't keep you any longer then.
Oh, no, it's fine, man. It's great to talk to you. And again, I really look forward to this going well. Because I didn't expect this. I thought they were going to announce that they were taking it seriously. Because Roger's talked to me about that a lot. Yeah, he was always like, let's stop doing this blind shit. We've got all these resources. We've got all the access to all these tools. Let's fucking
Roger
go for
has
it.
a very taking it seriously look on his face right now on the screen.
He does.
This is his version of taking it seriously.
Well, he was giddy to announce this. Excited Roger is a good Roger. For sure. He was super giddy about it. But
Roger is a treasure. Still talking to him.
Well, you might be fortunate enough to one day see him do his Greek dance. He does it every Race to World first. It's a sight to behold.
I can't wait to dance with someone at an event. That'll be sick.
Yeah.
I'll be a fool. I don't care.
Oh no, it's all off the record. It's all good.
What? Nobody gets to see it? What's the fun in that?
No, nobody gets. Well, only the people who are there get to see it, right? It's worth going. There's a reason I don't do online casting, because the real life event with the players and the energy and the vibe is so good.
It's completely different, right?
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, you feed off it. Certainly for what I do. Like, if you can feed off what the players are feeling, it's it's a pretty special time. And the after party is always good as well, sure. But the actual event and the hype in the room. I mean, I'm sure you've seen those Race to World First celebrations that they played in your video of people jumping around, screaming. And that's genuine. That's not put on for cameras. That feeling is something you can't quite get at home, you know?
I hope I make it long enough without getting cut to gain that kind of experience.
Mm-hmm. I hope so too. I hope so too. All right, I wish you the best. Thank you for tuning in and coming talking to us. And hopefully Echo's fine with it, because I certainly didn't ask. I don't think Echo's awake yet.
We didn't say even anything spicy.
Exactly.
There was one spicy question, and I literally didn't know the answer to it, so it was okay.
Yeah, we were pretty good there. We were pretty good. Good night, my friend. We'll talk soon, I'm sure.
Good, whatever.
Say goodbye, stream. Echo Narlock. I'm proud to say it. First person to say that. Echo Narlock. First interview.
I think you are the first person to say that.
Get used to it. It's happening. Bye-bye. Talk to you guys. Bye. Hopefully, I can't see us getting in trouble for that. Right? I can't see us getting in trouble for that. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I really like him too. I really like him too. Got more relaxed there and a bit more chatty. It's fine. I'm just going to see a message from Sinestra. Like, Mike. He's not here, is he? Yeah. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Just do a little at Sinestra. Just check is Sam in the chat. No, it's not. All right, we're good. No, I'm going to check it shortly, Reels. Okay, there was definitely some questions I had which are in the VOD, so a quick skip us through here.
Is that something that you guys talked about and worried about?
The add-on discussion is in here. I want to hear that.
To decide to stream the upcoming races.
The unspiciest interview ever. He's certain you're okay. I know when to be careful about my questions. Now, to be clear though, Narlock, that could very much change in the future. For this is a gentle welcome to the world, but that could very much change in the future when I'm giving the okay. When I've got the okay to go what I'm going to do. Yeah, first interview is free. We'll treat it like Spider-Man. Yeah, nice, relaxing. Honestly, the way I see it is it's an introduction to you rather than me trying to get information out of you. Does that make sense? That's what it is. It's. I think it's worthy of introducing you to the audience that's going to be watching you a lot, and that's how I try and treat it. I don't really want to dig into your ribs for information. I think it's just worthy getting you out there and having interviews and stuff like that. Because, like I say, we might be sat on a couch together at some point.
I'll be a cute little fairy
doing it.
Mike, time and time again I am impressed by your interview skills. How you manage to break the ice is definitely noteworthy.
Hold.
You're still a clown.
There we go.
Interviewing clown.
Thank you. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Yes, Uncle Zeno's friends. Uncle Zeno's friends.
Pretty much every single time when it's being discussed whether to stream or not. But I think there are also a lot of examples where just having the stream or just having the VOD may not be sufficient in FF as well. So yeah,
That's not an American accent. Is the team made up of multiple nationalities? Or is it just an international accent living in America? Any knowers? Zepp is German. Okay. It's 50-50 NAEU. All right. All right.
I think we just give it a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. Another thing worth noting is that particularly in the last race in top, this is a little bit of a controversial topic, but there was a lot of scandal among the community about plugins and what's considered by many to be cheating, and then you guys released your progress footage to try to kind of prove that you guys did it legit.
Yeah, what do you guys make of this, right? So Narlock brought it up there is... It's like when I tell you I'm not involved in something, and I can't say that because you just post sure every single fucking time, regardless of what it is, right? Even... So they're gonna... So, well, the biggest step here that I can see... Yeah, exactly. Is that they're going to stream everybody's POV. I would imagine if they do Ultimate, they'll be trying to get the players together so you can literally see them playing. But, yeah, exactly. Pressy is a problem here. See, Pressy is a problem because you can hide everything from any stream video. So I wonder if they'll go to the lengths. Is this a bit like Flat Earthing, right? Even if, let's say, they have all the members of Echo 14. I'm dubbing this, by the way. Sorry, Scripe. Sorry, Roger. Echo 14. In a Race to World First setting with other cameras pointed at their screens, right? So that you see what's going on. That they would still be like, nah. Do you right? You think that's the way it would go? They already recorded and posted most of their POVs. If it's just prog on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. I have to consider that Ultimate requires them to perform their absolute best. I don't know if they want to go to a live event for that. I don't know how many members of Echo 14 are here. That's what you're signing up for. But I will say this. Echo does not force players to be on site, but they would obviously want that. But they never want anybody to go to a situation where they're going to play worse. They would be more upset. So just let me put this message out there so even if Narlock's still here, can spread the word to the players. If this conversation does happen, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, they would rather get the world first than you be on site. Every single fucking time, right? Every single fucking time, Echo would rather get the world first than have you there. Every single time. It's way more important, right? It's way, way more important. So when the conversation may come out of like, okay, who wants to go? No, and the way I can relax them on this as well, if should the situation come up, is look at who goes to the Echo events. It's not all the players. It's not all the players. And there is many players in Echo who don't want to be on site. There are some who want to be on site and can't go for like cost reasons of having all the players or even space reasons and things like that. But if you look at the Echo Race to World First, they bring somewhere between 8 to 10 players. Yeah, Robin, famously, again to relax you, Robin left the Race to World First in Sepulchre because he wasn't comfortable. Raiding with your friends, you either love it or you dislike it. It's really as simple. Raiding with your friends side by side, you either absolutely love it and you can fucking high five, you can do all that kind of shit. But some people, I prefer quiet. I like to be in my environment. I like to go and get in my own bed. I like to do all those kinds of things. I feel more comfortable at home. It's totally fine either way. Echo would 100% prefer you to get the world first than be on site. But they will be asking because that's part of being in this environment, right? That's part of it.
Desire to prove to the community that you're doing it legitimate, Suki, is that something that's also driving
all right, what has he got to say?
Step up and display all of your progress?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the whole started with DSR, with my video having the third-party plugins, like you said. It sucks that it happened like that, but like we did want to prove that we don't need these plugins, right? We don't need them plugged. We just use them because they're there, they're available. But we absolutely do not need to use anything. So after DSR, we just didn't use anything, and P12S was the time for us to show everyone. We showed everyone the full prog. Everyone could see all voice comms. Nothing was muted. Like, we didn't use anything. We don't need anything. We can still win.
That's great. That's wonderful. And it's going to be so good to have the community involved and kind of verifying that. Hopefully, this prompts more teams to stream as well. And we have like a full-on race. That's something that we can talk about as well. Since you guys are going to be streaming, Roger, you want to talk a little bit about the event we're going to put on?
Yeah, please,
right,
focus.
So,
one in.
The upcoming Savage race, we thought, how can we make the show as nice as possible for the viewers? Now, given the fact that it's a very typically short race for especially the first year, we tried to work around that. And what we're going to have, and you saw it a bit actually in the announcement video as well, is that we're going to have actually the casters get together so we can still have that feeling from how we have it in the WoW race. For anyone who's seen that it feels a lot more personal and it's not as, online and separated. The casters will still be able to do the shenanigans with them. The players are not going to be live because of, like I said, it's a very short race. So it didn't make sense as much logistically, but that's something to look for the future. but I still think that the show is going to be
can't see my lip
really
down.
great. We're getting together
There we go.
an awesome caster team and planning a lot of shenanigans for sure. So I think the Final Fantasy community will really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so as well. So another thing worth mentioning, I think I said before, but just to emphasize, we're going to have all of the player POVs as part of the event, and you can watch their individual streams for those POVs, or you can watch the main channel for casted commentary on that as well with some professional casters. Do you want to, Suki or Zep, maybe talk to us a little bit about the formation of your team and kind of introduce everyone to the community? Like who's your roster, who's playing?
Zep, want to do it?
Okay, we'll leave it there. I wanted to hear about the add-on stuff. Wow, interesting. This is a big step up. So far, looking at the response, it's been very positive, which is good, which is very, very good. Goody gumdrops, goody gumdrops. Well, exciting. Should be good. Jeeth has gone full Scandinavian. Yeah, it didn't take long for him to be there to make it work. Interesting point by Boris there. I want to stay blind to progress, so I can't watch the Race to World first. Interesting. I would imagine for a one-day event, it is not worth getting me out to somewhere. Like I can see Jordan and Jesse because they're part of Echo already. They're part of Team Echo. I am not. So if it's a one-day event, it's not worth getting me out there. That's the copium I'll sniff to at night anyway. That's the way I'll treat it. I'll sleep it that way. Blind prog is some of the most fun things in the game. Agreed. It's the way I always do it. I know our team is in the minority, to be fair. I would imagine they probably want to capture some of the WoW audience in the crossover, right? We already know a lot of WoW players have tried FF14. Got to be interesting to see how that's handled. Because it'll be a big Race to World first, and then leading into... And vice versa. This is good for Echo. Like, they're going to try and get some of the WoW audience to understand what's going on in 14, which will maybe give them some temptation. And some of the 14 viewers checking out the next WoW Race to World first, which will be coming up in... When's the War Within coming? August, right? August? Yeah, we saw the notes yesterday. If you had the studio still, would you have considered hosting the Echo coverage? I do have the studio. The studio is here. I can't house players and shit, though. It's not that big. It's great for us producing stuff, but it's not housing players. That's not doing it. But we do have the studio. Yes, the studio is in the other room, and it's all done. Ultimate is another story. Yeah. Yeah, Ultimate is another story.